Hi, I'm Beatrice Go and welcome to Raptor Talk. Today we will be talking to Filipino basketball star Thirdy Ravena, who recently just re-signed with the San and Neo Phoenix in the Japan B League. So hi Thirdy, how are you?
Hi B, I'm good. I just had dinner and I've been chilling. How about you? How are you? How's everything?
I'm okay. Like another Tuesday. Yeah, we're recording this on Tuesday, and yeah, a nighttime interview with you.
Oh.
Like, Thirdy, like, where are you right now? What have you been doing, naman? Like after resigning with the San and Neo Phoenix.
Well, nandito lang ako sa apartment as of now, just trying to um get better. Improve um my knee pain because I had knee pain towards the latter part of the season, but now it's definitely way better. And I've been shooting at the gym. And what else have I been doing? Basically, just waiting, pretty much on call with the team if there are events, certain interviews with Japanese media or whatnot. But just, yeah, I'm just here for the rest of May. And then I think I'll be heading back at the end of May to the Philippines.
Yeah, I know. I saw that Japanese TV broadcast where they covered you. Like they're so
And that
interested
was
with the Filipinos now. No,
yeah,
you
it's actually amazing.
Yeah, so 30, how did you land the multi-year contract? Like, what were the events leading up to making that decision?
Well, it wasn't hard to make that decision just because from day one they've made me uh it was all love basically from day one, and it never changed, and I really felt it was genuine, and I felt welcome as a team, from the players to the staff to the management to the president. So it wasn't as hard, and I'm just very blessed that they really saw something in me that made them want to get me as a player for New Phoenix for the next coming seasons. And yeah, I'm always gonna be grateful for this club kasi nga kahit injured ako, I didn't get to play that much games. I missed 40 games, I think, 41 games. But they really showed love. So I feel like uh, I want to give them what I feel that I really can and what they deserve for everything that they've shown me and how they treated me. So yeah, here I am.
Yeah, you said nga you had unfinished business. So,
Yeah.
yun, like, who are the specific people who, showed you, so much love and yun nga, your adjustments to your team once you, landed, even after it was caused by late visa issues, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's unfortunate, but honestly, everyone from the team, there wasn't any particular person in the team that, that didn't show love. So it was really coming from everyone. And I really feel like I want to be in that type of environment, and to see just how Japanese culture is from my teammates. I've been learning a lot, and yeah, they've shown nothing but love, and I want to keep working in this kind of environment,
Yeah.
basically.
You have a favorite Japanese line now?
Yeah, it's like what I said. It's the amazing sugoi or yabai.
Oh,
Those are
yeah,
my,
yabai, dangerous. That's what they
yeah,
mean. That's what you mean by
dangerous,
yabai.
nasty, something like that. It's
Yeah, sugoi naman means awesome for those who... May translation na tayo, di ba? Yeah. So, yeah, after you... Well, before you decided on, re-signing with them, were there already offers, for example, from the US or Australia or anything like that?
well, I'm not so sure. I think it's Daniel would reach out to me, I think, if there are offers. I don't know if he had and just waited for the end of the season, but it was only Neo Phoenix um from then, from the start of the season, I mean,
So when will your next season start?
I think the I'm not so sure with the preseason, but I think training starts somewhere in July. Yeah, I'm not so sure
Oh,
about the preseason games and all that because I know they have. And yeah, I mean, I just have to be back, I think, by somewhere in the middle of July for practice.
yeah. So you will just be coming home to the Philippines at the end of May. Like, what will you be doing in between your break from Japan, basically?
In the Philippines or
Oh, are
from
you coming?
now?
Are you gonna come back to the Philippines?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
May I think some late May or the end of May, basically. So I have to quarantine for 10 days
Oh yeah.
and 14 days, including the 10 days in a hotel, 4 days at my house. But yeah, just spend time with my family and my friends. I miss them so much. I've gone through so much here in Japan, and I feel like I just really need the mental break from everything. Through the physical presence of my family and my friends. So I'm very much excited to see them, see everyone.
Yeah, you've been through a lot in your first professional basketball
Oh
stint.
my.
Like you had your visa issues, you got COVID, then the wrist injury, and yun nga, like the all-star appearance and yung Nemo now. Yun, how did you handle it all?
I mean, through the help of my family and friends, I mean, I would always call them uh, whenever I feel down or whenever I feel lonely. And also my teammates, the whole Neo Phoenix organization was, they made life easier by, still treating me the way they have been before the injury. Uh they still make you feel like you're important and that you're family and that they really try to attend to all the needs that you have, and they do it as quick as they can. So those little things really pile up and really help me get through whatever I'm going through every single day. I know it's there were a lot of challenges that you just can't shrug off, or you just can't get over overnight. So they helped me like get through it like one day at a time until eventually I was able to uh get over them physically and mentally.
What was the biggest encouragement that you've received from them?
I guess it's more actions. I mean, just like how it is in Japan, we don't really use words that much since we uh are having quite a difficult time communicating with the Japanese players or staff, but we make sure that bumabawi kami through actions. So I think yun yung importante dun, and that's how they make me feel that that I'm still family, basically.
So, based on your experience with training with the Neo Phoenix, how different was it from when you were training in college?
Well, I mean, the pros in general, especially coming off of Coach Tab, it was quite already. I knew it was gonna be easier. Anything after Coach Tab, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the pros, definitely shorter practice, less intense, and I know that for a fact because not just for New Phoenix, and I know that for a fact because I've practiced with a couple of teams, professional teams in the Philippines. So uh, it's kind of the same as the other teams, more mental than the physical side. I think the physical side, the players really try to handle themselves already since they're professionals. So you just make sure that you're ready for the game mentally if they need you. I mean, when you're inside the court.
Yeah. Do you guys still train together physically for your strength and conditioning, or do you still go to your own strength and conditioning coach?
With the team, I mean, you practice. You have gym days still during the season. But off season, I train with a different trainer in the Philippines in Migsaitona. So yeah.
Yeah. And actually the thing with being up pro basketball players, you don't have studies anymore. So, your time is more focused on basketball also.
And you have to focus on that time because some people tend to think that the downtime is just rest time, or rest is important, but you gotta do something about it, whether you're working out or recovering your body. So I guess that's really the adjustment. Sorry, I just wanted to add to that.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure also. And that's super important for everyone who's actually aspiring to be a pro basketball player also. Like you have to know that like you have shorter practices, but then what you do with your time, it's also to, also take care of your body.
Mhm.
Yeah. So 30, like you said that you have a lot of you feel like you have a lot of unfinished business. Like what are you looking to improve in yourself in the coming seasons?
Well, number one is to get healthy, to be uh, injury free, and to make sure that my body is strong enough to withstand the toll that the elimination season of the B League will have on your body. So it's really tough, and I have to admit that I wasn't as prepared physically for the B League when I got there. Kasi nga, in the Philippines, I had zero 5-on-5 experience. Uh, I mean practice. So I wasn't. The game wasn't uh, in the speed and the tempo that I wanted it to be. I mean, it was really fast when the moment I got to Japan, and it doesn't help that the Japanese players play so much faster as well. So, uh, yeah, I mean, I had to adjust to that, but overall, I think uh, it's really about preparing myself physically, um, because I've experienced a lot on the mental side, and I think it was more on the mental side. It was about the mental side last season. So, although I still have to make sure that I am ready mentally.
What adjustment did you have to make mentally, or what lessons and takeaways have you learned from your last season?
Um, a lot. I mean, I've gone through a lot, so I learned a lot. But I think the number one thing about it, the number one thing I learned, I guess, is you have to really want it bad in order to succeed. For example, if you want to be healthy, you really have to eat healthy, sleep early, make sure you recover properly, and all those little things that you have to do, like will really pile on. So um, what else? And if you want to be a student of the game, kailangan you're patient enough to and you're willing enough to watch the games right after you just play. After you play, for example, what I do is that right after the games, I rewatch the whole game because I want to study. I ask the coaches where I can improve as a player, whether it's timing, spacing, angle, my shot, whatever it is. Kailangan sa'yo manggaling if you really want to be better. Because no one else is going to do that for you, especially in the pros where you're already expected to do your job and to know what you have to do. So I think that's what I really learned. Um, to just patrol myself and to make sure that everything that I do has a purpose, and it's always going to be uh, kumbaga for my own good. Sa ikagagaling ko rin yun, basically.
Wow, you learned to be so disciplined with your time.
You have to be. I mean, I noticed it with the Japanese players. That's the first thing that stood out is their discipline that they have in their game and in their with their bodies. For example, they really stretch a long time. Ako hindi talaga ako nag-stretching before when I started out. Even when I was in Japan, I wasn't stretching at all. But then, yun nga, na-realize ko uh, as the season progressed, patayit na ng patayit yung muscles ko. So I had to actually stretch before, stretch now whenever I play, kasi nga na-realize ko na, yeah, you have to take care of your body because that's the biggest investment you have as an athlete.
Yeah, and as a pro, you are playing like around 60 games, like more than
60
60
games while
games.
traveling and while, lack of sleep, tapos back-to-back games pa with not even 24-hour recovery periods. So it's really a lot. And
Wow, a
now
very
you get to admire NBA players more now just because of the physical on the physical side pa lang of having 82 games in the eliminations while traveling. Now sobrang hanga-hanga talaga ako sa mga NBA players because they get to do that for 82 times without the playoffs pa. So yeah.
grabe. And then like you also came from a collegiate champion team, and then in the B League you are part of a rebuilding squad. Like how did you adjust to it, like, and tackle it mentally then?
Well, I mean, it's part of being a pro. A lot of players have been like that before me. They win 5 championships, and then they go to a team where they haven't even made uh, the playoffs in for how many years. So normal yung ganong situations, and I understand that. But as a player, all I can do is to really just prepare myself and try to be ready um, to help the team whenever they need my help and whenever I'm on the court, and to always make the right decisions. And just like what I said, it boils down to the discipline, to how much you want to succeed, and the hours you put in the gym. So for me, as long as I take care of those and I take care of everything uh, na pwede kong magawa to help the team, I think that's being a true professional, and that's being a good team player, regardless of what the team's standing is. And eventually, when all the players do the same, um, yeah, I mean, it's inevitably gonna be a better season for all of us.
So moving forward, also like you signed a multi-year contract with San, and like how does that actually affect the PBA naman? Like were you given like a blessing also from the PBA, or did you really have to be in contact with the PBA regarding the decision also?
Well, I mean, as you know, the news is out about the PBA, but yeah, right now we're in the process of making the letter because as the PBA is still the number one league in the country, and I still have so much respect. So, and I always want to comply, definitely. And yeah, I mean, we're doing what they requested. So yeah, we're actually starting to compose the letter.
And what about plans for Gilas? Like if ever will you be allowed to suit up for the national team when there are big tournaments like the Asia Cup qualifiers, or yung Asia Cup mismo and yung Olympic qualifiers?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if the national team calls, I will always try to make sure we answer that call. And I know the team is very positive about national team as well. They actually encourage that for you to play for your national team. Uh, and yeah, I mean, I don't see any conflict as of now because I think the qualifiers is August. The qualifiers is June.
June, yes.
Then
The Asia Cup is in
the
August.
Asia Cup is in August. Okay, yeah. So the Asia Cup is in August, which is 2 months from the season. So I mean, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't allow me.
Yes, that's true. And then yeah, like do you enjoy Japan also, 30? Like what do you love about Japan the most?
Marami. I mean, I love Japan ever since naman kahit hindi ko pa naisip na maglalaro sa B-League. I've always loved Japanese food. I've always loved the fashion. And now that I'm here, I kind of admire the culture as well. I mean, I do admire the culture as well. Um, just because it's it's a nice sight to see how disciplined they are as people on and off the court. And yeah, I mean, I've been learning a lot here. Um, I don't, I definitely miss my family and my friends. I think that's the downside. You don't get to be in their presence, be with their presence physically. But maybe when everything's better, they could come over and they could fly over. But yeah, so far Japan has been amazing for me, and I don't see any uh, bad experiences out here. So I mean, I guess I love Japan. That's why I also chose to stay and to resign.
Mm-mm. Yeah, parang it's really like who doesn't love Japan, right? Like if only like we could like easily travel to Toyohashi, like that would be so good. But
Yeah.
then really it's the pandemic talaga. It really well even like even you got COVID, right? So that shows like how serious the pandemic is and like yun nga, parang the safety of everyone first. And
Mhm.
how's the Filipino community naman there in Japan?
They've been very supportive. I've actually met a couple of people out here, and it's nice kasi kahit away games namin, the Filipinos watch. Kahit nung injured ako, may mga nanonood pa rin. And I honestly felt really sad. Actually, yung isa sa mga nagpasakit ng puso ko when when I was in Japan kasi nga yung when people would really travel to watch your game and only to find out that you're not playing. I mean, it really breaks my heart
Mm.
um, to see that. And I think that's one of the things that really um, hurt me. But it's also the thing that motivated me and that motivates me, what keeps me going and inspires me to stay healthy and to make sure that I develop my skills in the best way that I can to be a better player, not just for myself, but for the fans, the Filipino fans, and all the basketball fans in Japan who are watching, so that they enjoy watching us play. And yeah, I mean, it's been all love ever since with the Filipinos, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah,
Parang
super.
actually that's how ano, right? A lot of professional players and even NBA players, I'm sure they also experience that because like us as basketball fans, we also want to travel to watch an NBA game to see our favorite player play.
Yeah.
So what do the Japanese love about Filipinos and Filipino basketball naman? Like what have you brought to the table that made them like admire Filipinos more?
I think really the energy and the toughness whenever I play is what they enjoy. And I've had messages where people would just say na the energy is contagious. Kahit sila nanonood, like they feel energetic just by watching me play. So dun ko naisip nga na I think that's what they like from the way I play.
And there are actually so many Filipino athletes right now in Japan, like si Brian Baguna, si Jaja Santiago, even like those aiming for the Olympics, si Juna Tuki and si Kiyomi Watanabe. Actually, si Kaloy also, Carlos Yulo is in Japan also. Do you
And
guys,
Yuka Saso.
yeah, Yuka Saso
Yeah.
also. So do you guys keep in touch naman?
No, I haven't actually messaged them. I mean, Jaja and I have been trying. I tried to catch her game, her last game when I was in Utsunomiya. I think that was March 27th, if I'm not mistaken. But I didn't know that it was still an hour away from Tokyo. So I thought malapit lang talaga siya. So I wasn't able to catch her game.
I see. So that's what you guys are planning to do now. It's just to like build like a Filipino athlete community in
Yeah,
Japan.
definitely. I mean, why not? Tayong mga Filipinos, pag nandito tayo, I mean, tulungan na lang naman talaga. And we just really want to motivate each other. And we want to have a group wherein we would feel that we're still at home, even though we're still in Japan. And especially for athletes na who are here, na Filipinos, I think okay din na magka-support group kayo, whether it's, para malabas mo lahat ng frustration nyo with practice or pagpagod na kayo, to just have someone who's in the same situation, who understands, motivate you, to just have people there. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, and you never know, like maybe like once you build that community, like it would actually entice more Filipino athletes to play in Japan, like even in the B League, diba? That would be such a good, nice dream as
Yeah,
well.
I don't see why not.
Yeah. So, Thirdy, just to like wrap up this interview naman, like what specific goals are you setting up for yourself for the next seasons and like the following seasons to come?
Number one, definitely to have more wins with Neo Phoenix. Uh, we've been struggling for quite a while, 2 seasons to be exact. And yeah, we definitely want to have a better record. And individually, I think the goal is to get good numbers, and to help the team, especially in the big situations, big games. That's where I want to be at my best.
Nice. And we're for sure going to be following whatever you're going to be doing in the next few seasons, 30. We're always here to support you as well. So, 30, thank you for joining us in this edition of Rappler Talk Sports and hope to see you soon. So, hope to see
Yeah,
you like when you come back here in the Philippines, sana, diba?
definitely. So
Yeah.
thanks for having me, B.
Okay, so thank you so much, Nerdy. So this is Peaches Go from Rappler, and thank you for tuning in to Rappler Talk.